All right, take a look at this mess. I'm pretty sure most of you that have fish tanks have experienced a mess like this. It's no different than a PlayStation or an Xbox, TV, computer. The only real difference here is this part is your enemy. If you don't have this mess taken care of, potentially water could drip down those lines without a proper drip loop, run into the outlet, start fires, blow breakers, any number of things. It's a major hazard. This is something that I have been putting off, and to be honest with you, I'm quite embarrassed about it. I do think, though, that it's something I definitely need to get it done, so I'm going to be doing it today. I got a different approach to it. I'm going to try to hide as much of it as I can. I'm going to give you guys a shot of what I'm doing, show you how I'm wiring up the cords. Hopefully you get some use out of it. So as you can see here, I got a mess inside here too that needs some organization. That may be another video. I might put some shelving in there, some hooks, get things tidied up a little bit. However, I'm planning on putting these wires back behind that top black part, or right at the top of that. I'll show you how I'm going to do it here in a bit. Alright, so you can just see where I mounted that board. Just 2 screws right to a stud. I wanted to have that secure. Just to give you a quick look up. That's the bottom of the tank, or the shelf, and then there's the tank. So it's going to be all behind inside here, so that I don't have to look at it, and I can get into it when I need to. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is mount this on that panel that I put in there. I'm going to make a quick template. I'm just going to take a piece of paper, put it right to the edge here, right where the holes are. Put a little mark. And that way I can use that to mark the screw holes exactly where I want them. Alright, so it was a little hard to see. I apologize for that. I'm trying to get the camera as best I can. Basically, I just marked these little spots with a marker so you can see them in the camera easier. I'm just going to take and just drill them right in the paper. And I can't do it with the camera here, so I'm going to be doing the same thing here, and then I'll show you how it pops right on. Then we can just rip this right off. Alright, so I got it. Basically just slide it, pops off. Then you line up one, slide it, it's on. Pretty easy deal. Alright, so I'm going to just basically shut the power down in here quick. Won't be long because I already got the other power strip plugged in. Well, it's right here. You can see that's the one we just did. I'm going to plug that in right away. Well, I'm going to unplug this first, then I'll plug that in. Basically, we're just going to shut it all down, switch it in there. Alright, so you can see what I did there is I made some brackets with the zip ties to separate the wires. I'm going to actually do one here just to show you how that's done if anybody's curious. It's pretty simple. I'm a zip tie fanatic, so everything in my house is zip tied. I think you could build a house with the zip ties. Basically, you just put a loose one around there. You want to follow where you were. In between each one, you put one. You want, like I said, you want to keep them this just keeps them separated and in order. That way you can follow them down. If you do have to cut one out for some reason, change a pump out or do maintenance on something you weren't expecting, Easy to get them apart. A couple of snips. Like I said, you want to make sure and keep them all even, that way you know exactly where they fall into the game. And if I can get them pulled apart here. Got a little close on this side. Okay, then you just want to pull them all, well, not. So they're all the same length, so they're not dragging on each other. That one looks like I got a little tight. There. Alright, then you just pull this last one snug. Simply take a scissors, make sure you're not cutting the wires, just the zip ties. There you have it. I'm going to continue that down to the end, and then I can tie them up to the wall easier. Alright, here's what I got. Doing this under the cabinet, I couldn't really show you exact, but I mean, I think pretty much everybody got the specifics. I showed you how I did the braiding on these cords. And you see the main thing here is how they go down and they loop, and then they go back up. That's what you want, is that loop. Because if the water runs down, you want it to drip off down here. You don't want it to run right into electrical outlet. I was in jeopardy of that the whole time I had this, because I've been pissing around not getting this done. But I basically just tied the two light cords to it. This would be the for the Kato reactor, the light strip. This is going to be for this wave maker. And then I have everything plugged in here. You can see all the cords. They all drip down. They're all down here on the floor. The power's all up. If water would start running down these cords, it's going to run down, it's going to drip. It's not going to run down and run back up. So we're safe from that, because I was actually in a house one time years ago, probably 25 years ago. I had a 55-gallon freshwater tank, and we left for vacation. We come back and everything was out on it, and the house stunk, and the outlet was all burnt and all the wires were burnt. It was just lucky that the house didn't burn down. I guess I didn't learn my lesson there. I still waited here, but we got it taken care of now. I just wanted to show you guys this in case anybody was curious how I'm doing it. I realize that if you had a sump underneath here, obviously this wouldn't work for you. You'd have to make a box off to the side. I've seen people where they've done the boxes where they've had the little holes, or a separate stand that holds all their cords and all their electronics and whatnot. This is basically all I have for electronics. So I don't have all that fancy high-tech stuff. So I didn't need to build something like that. And I don't have a sump, and I don't ever plan on having a sump on this tank. So by having it this way, it's all hid behind the whole system. The only cord that you can see now, I'll show you here, is this one right here. That would be the one, remember at the beginning of the video where all them cords were? Well, now we have the one. And I did the same thing with that. I did kind of a drop loop going up to it. So, there's no way, well, first off, there should be no way water makes it to that power strip. If by any weird chance it did and it didn't trip, there's definitely no way it's going to make it up to this outlet. This cord that you see, this miscellaneous one laying down here, that's the one I use for the reactor. I only plug it in a few hours at night. I wanted easy access for it. That's the same way though. Obviously, when I bring that up, you can see there's quite a drop loop there. There's no way water is going to run up there and into the outlet. So I'm safe that way as well. I can just put a plant or something in this corner, some decoration. That wire is covered. Everything under here. I still have the full use of all my storage. You know, this is all open. Should be easy access for what I need it for. I've only adjusted that wave maker one time since I got it. You know, and I'm not even sure that I'll be doing it again because it's exactly where I want it. So if I do have to get down there to adjust that, that's easy enough to do as well. Just a quick distance look here. If you can see, the big mess of cords I had over there is taken care of. You can see where it's been moved in behind the tank. And so then when I have the doors closed, it just makes the whole viewing experience a little bit better. You don't have them cords, you don't have to worry about a possible fire hazard. It's just all a good move. I'm glad I finally got around to getting it done. Alright, well, I hope you got something out of that. I hope it was enjoyable. It's something I had to do. Like I said, I planned on making a video on everything I do on this tank. This was one step I did. I'm glad it's done finally. Tank looks a lot better. I feel better knowing that the cords are up and in place. As always, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.